How's it going, YouTube? Peshcats here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Narukami deck used by Gabriel Espinosa from Mexico in the North American Championships on Sunday. So this is what I remember of the build. I was going to get a deck profile with him, but unfortunately he had to go. This is what I think I remember of the deck, if I'm not 100% sure on the deck. If I missed a couple cards, then I apologize, but this is, I got most of the important stuff, and now I'm going to share the deck profile with you guys. So this is the full deck right here. You can see everything all at the same time. I wanted to change the format up so you could just see everything that's in the deck. So starting off with the grade 3s, we see that he's running 4 copies of Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion. This is the most aggressive card in the deck. It's an 11k, it can attack your opponent's front row, and it is very important for that. It's a great mid to late game card for applying pressure to your opponent's field and hand at the same time. For his other grade 3 options, we see that he's running 2 Breakthru Dragon as well as 1 Djinn of the Lightning Flash. Djinn was probably more used as a backup vanguard, but also has the ability to hit 20k on a rearguard column. Breakthru Dragon, just his rearguard choice. The ability to hit 20k from the rearguard is always pretty good. Moving on now to the grade 2 lineup, he's running 12 grade 2s, and as we can see, we have a very odd choice in the middle. So first up, he was running, I believe he was running 4 copies of Thunderstorm Dragoon and 4 copies of Demonic Dragon Berserker Garuda, the damage on flipper. So these are the cards that I wasn't 100% sure on, but I think it was something pretty close to this. Now moving on to the most interesting choice of the deck, 3 copies of Wyvern Strike Tejas. Now, I was talking to him after the national events were done about why he chose Tejas, and it was pretty much to be the anti-meta option against cards such as Spring Breeze Messenger. Spring Breeze Messenger, he said, was the biggest reason that he ran the Wyvern Strike Tejas. If the opponent goes first, then they are not going to use Spring Breeze Messenger on turn 2 due to not being able to Superior Ride Pelennor. Thus, this gives him a turn to attack it with his Tejas. However, if he goes first, then, well, he can ride Tejas and attack Spring Breeze Messenger with it. So this was his ultimate out to that bunny card that he hates so much. And that is the reason that he played it in his deck. Lastly, to round out the grade 2 lineup, he was running 1 copy of Djinn of the Lightning Flare. This is just for his turn 2 grade 2 option for the ability to swing 12k unboosted, but also being able to hit 10k on the rearguard circle helps as well. For the grade 1s, we see that he was only running 3 Perfect Guard. His justification for this was his ability to intercept a lot with a high number of grade 2s, combined with his 11k Vanguard's power. There was also his choice of a stand trigger in the grade 0 lineup, the trigger lineup, that justified him only using 3 Perfect Guard while having 13 cards in his grade 0 lineup that have 10k shield. His Red River Dragoons were put at 4 for obvious reasons, the ability to hit 20k with units such as Djinn and Breakthru Dragon, as well as the ability to hit 16k with his Wyvern Strike Tejas. Photon Bomber Wyvern was put at 3, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, to go behind the Dragonic Kaiser Wyvern for obvious reasons. Hit that 21k number, 23 while limit breaking, attack full front row. Good stuff is good. 1 copy of Helena was used, probably just to have that nice little filtering ability. And Dragonic Kaiser with Helena is always pretty good too, the ability to drop 2 cards or even 3 cards out of your hand for new ones when you use the limit break ability. And lastly, I believe he was running 3 copies of Desert Gunner Raien for the anti-intercept ability, and yeah, 7k booster, pretty solid. Moving on to his trigger lineup, we see that he had 1 interesting choice that he made here. He was running the 8 critical as usual Narukami decks do. He was running 3 draw trigger instead of 4, and in the place of that 4th draw trigger, he was playing 1 copy of Dragon Dancer Katharina. Now, he justified his choice of Katharina as that little random plus that he just preferred over running a 4th draw. Even though he was only running 1 in the deck, he says that he likes that possibility of getting an extra attack in, although he didn't like stand triggers as frequently, so he only decided to run 1. Now, having watched his games as his judge throughout the Nationals top 4 and top 16. I did notice Katharina being used quite well with cards like Djinn of the Lightning Flash, as well as Wyvern Strike Tejas to have an extra attack on back row units. So that was definitely an interesting tactic that he used in this deck. 4 heal triggers are arguably mandatory in every deck. And lastly, for his starting Vanguard, he was running Spark Kid Dragoon. With 7 grade 3s in the deck, he wanted to run that Spark Kid Dragoon. And also, the fact that he was not running Saishin was also more justification for running his Wyvern Strike Tejas. Tejas requires no counterblast versus Saishin, who requires a counterblast 1, as well as negging yourself 1 unit off the field. So this was Gabriel Espinosa's deck, the Narukami deck that he used at the national event. How he got to the nationals, he was not the player that used the Narukami with 5 grade 3 at Mexico City. That was the first place deck. The first and second place winners from the Mexico qualifier were actually not able to attend this national event due to some travel reasons. And so Gabriel Espinosa, the third place winner, was sent for the national event in their place. So he ended up getting third place at the national event, so he's the third place in North America for the championships, and he will be going to Japan. So all you Mexico people, wish him luck at Japan on December 8th, I believe. So thanks for watching YouTube. This has been Peshcats here with Gabriel Espinosa's Narukami deck profile, and I hope you all enjoyed. And thanks for watching. Bye.